Oh, Mia Khalifa, you're so sexy. I wish I could combine you with a Calphite, and then I could call you Mia Calphite. Oh shit, recorder's on. What's up YouTube, it's Ravlar here, and welcome back to another video. Today I have Runescape tips and tricks for the month of September. So sit back, relax and enjoy the video. And if you're new to this series, make sure you check out the previous episodes. They are filled with golden nuggets of information which make your life a lot easier on this game. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'm streaming every day and the chat seems to love me dying. So if you enjoy Devs Office content too, make sure you drop me a follow. And of course, if this video does help you out, please do drop a like at the end. My social media information is down at the bottom. And one last request from you guys, I'm running out of sexy places to record my intros, so if you have a nice place which is pretty, please leave it down in the comments below. And of course, if I do pick your option, I will credit you and you will also win a bond, so it's a win-win. But anyway, let's get cracking with today's video. So first up in this month's tips and tricks is a recent ninja update which has been added to the Slayer Tower. Now you can right click the stairs and you can select go to the top floor straight away. Just a small update, but it's quite nice to know about. Next up, I have some pretty cool information about the price checker. So as I'm sure you're all aware, you can access the price checker by right clicking on the coin pouch and it opens this interface. You can add your items and see how much they're worth. But what you may not know is that at the bottom of this screen is a little icon that you can click to switch between the Grand Exchange price and the High Alchemy price, which is always very nice to know. But the really cool thing about this interface is that there is a little search option at the bottom left and you can click on it and type in any item you want and you can get the Grand Exchange price for it straight away. So it's very useful. Instead of just going to Google and searching the price, you can do it here and it will save you some time. Next up, I have some cool tips about home teleports which will really benefit you clue scroll hunters. Now, if you open your home teleport, what you can actually do is you can drag certain destinations of teleports onto your action bar, which is really cool. So for example, I can drag Canifis onto my action bar, I can drag Ganil, I can drag Uglog, and so on and so on. So whenever I want to go to that location, instead of opening the home teleport interface, you can just click the keybind and magician up, and boom, you teleport it to your new destination. Thank you, come again. I presume that you probably won't be using this every day, but when you do go on a clue scroll binge, I'm sure this will help you out quite a lot. So this next tip I'm going to be showing you is super awesome and very OP for Iron Man and just normal players who don't want to be wasting bank on expensive components. So what is this method? Well, it is simply disassembling 3 different items from the Yanil Hunter shop. Now these items are the Noose Wand, the Butterfly Net, and the Teasing Stick. Now you go in there, buy them all, and just disassemble away. Now the Noose Wand in particular disassembles into direct and precise components, the Butterfly Net disassembles into heavy and dexterous components, and the Teasing Stick disassembles into sharp and dexterous components. Now these components are ridiculously cheap to get, and in particular I'm talking about the direct and the dexterous components because they are very expensive to get if you're buying items from the GE and disassembling them. Now the great thing about this shop is that it restocks almost instantly, so you have literally no downtime between disassembling, buy one inventory, disassemble it all, and buy another inventory. It is fantastic. So if you're searching for a cheap Biting 2 or any other awesome perks using these materials, well, you're in luck guys, you're in luck. Righto, as my good friend Jay-Z would say, on to the next one. So today's next tip is to do with Treasure Hunter. I know, I also fucking hate microtransactions, but the fact is we do get 3 free keys a day, so if we don't use them, we're just being very silly. But anyway, when we open up Treasure Hunter, we see that there is a settings icon next to the Earn Keys button. Click on the settings icon and you open up this menu. Now, this menu has some very useful options which I recommend you read through, but some which I find very useful is to auto-redeem my Dungeoneering loot tokens, to auto-redeem my cash stacks, and in particular, to put any prismatic stars or lamps onto a skill of my choice, which in my case is summoning. Now obviously you can tailor these to your needs, but these are what I set them on and this saves you a lot of time. Now moving on, I have some nice tips for you guys in regards to your chat. Now normally once you receive a private message, you need to right click that message to reply or find the name on your friends list of the person who sent it to you and reply that way. but there is a very easy way to reply to any message that you receive, and that is simply to press the tab key, and this opens up the option for you to send a message to the person who's just sent you one. So a pretty neat little trick if you're in combat and you don't want to be pressing different parts of your screen. Now another cool chat tip is if you press enter, then / and then PM space followed by the RS end that you want to message, space, and then type your message, you can actually PM anyone without clicking their name on their friends list. Now this is very good if you have a really long friends list and you don't want to scroll down and find them the old fashioned way. Next up, a quick tip for those of you that aren't maxed. Well, if you're low on prayer and you're low on summoning and you want to recharge it quickly, you can quickly teleport to the Falador lodestone, and right next to it is this little stone that you can recharge your prayer and summoning on instantly. You can then run to the Falador or the Invention Guild bank, or just use a quick teleport like the Toggle Zone. So there you go, hopefully that will save you some time in the future. So for those of you that don't know, in the past, the only way to open up a free cam of everything around you was to use the Orb of Oculus and gaze into it. Now, this still works, of course, but we've added a really nifty feature onto the right click of the world map, where you can just right click that and click on free cam, and you don't even need the Orb of Oculus. So wherever you are, you can always take those sexy pictures. Speaking of the Orb of Oculus, there is a cheeky little trick that you might find useful if you are a fellow video maker. Now, if you're wielding the Orb of Oculus and you're talking to an estate agent and you ask to redecorate your house, you will actually find that they give you the hidden option of changing the landscape to blue or green. Now, go ahead and choose one of these if you so wish, and now you can teleport to your house and you can see that the floor is either blue or green depending on whatever you're chosen. Now, this is because this allows us video makers to easily capture some video on green screen so we can make cool things like this. So recently, if you're not aware, 120 cape perks were added for Invention, Slayer, and Dungeoneering. Now, if you're one of those lucky people that has either one of those combined capes, a max cape or a comp cape, what you can do if you have a 120 master cape in one of the aforementioned skills is to put one of these capes into the max cape or the combined cape or the comp cape. Now what this does is that the 120 cape retains the 99 cape effect, but you also get the 120 cape effect. Now in particular, this could be useful for Invention, like I use it on my account. So what this does is it allows me to benefit from the 120 perk, which allows me to get more products when disassembling, and I also get the charge reduction from the 99 perk. So if you're unaware of this, this may be something that you're interested in. Now this week's final tip is to take advantage of the grouping system teleports. The cool thing about these teleports are that you don't actually need to be with other people to use the grouping system. You can select which activity you want to go to and then make a group solo and then teleport there. Now for example, the Dragonkin Laboratory teleport takes you right to the Northeast Wilderness, which is quite hard to reach otherwise, and this is actually the quickest teleport to use to get to the Bacriminal Bolt tree, so bear that in mind if you do those Bacriminal Bolt runs. Alternatively, the Liberation of Mascap teleport is great if you want to do Nemi Forest or do the Trunks tasks or whatever they're called, and you can also use the Temple of Amanishi teleport to kill Arhat. Now, these are just a few examples. I'm sure you can find some other uses for these teleports. Well guys, that about wraps it up for September's tips and tricks. Remember, don't be one of those selfish noobs. If you have some awesome tips and tricks that you want to share, make sure to pop in my Discord and let us know. And in fact, just join the Discord anyway. We'd love to have you there. We have an awesome community. Or of course, just drop them down in the comments below. That's less fun. But anyway guys, I really hope that you learned something new here. Honestly, it means a lot for me to, get some feedback on these videos. So if you did learn something new, please let me know what you learned down below, what helped you out, etc. Also, for those of you that care, I finally got a new bloody computer. I do not have to play on that old potato, and what this means for you guys is the videos will be made a lot easier for me, so there will be much more frequent uploads. So make sure you do subscribe if you haven't yet, and also, boys, I get to enjoy this game properly now. A massive relief. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. You're all awesome. I hope you have a fabulous day ahead of you. I hope you have the best week of RNG ever. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.